So this panel discussion is inspired by one of the films you watched, the Invisible 6500, which was about the experience of the delivery drivers in New York City. So we thought, what a great opportunity to talk about the experience of the delivery drivers in Cyprus. And so there's about 8,500 delivery drivers in Cyprus, and we estimate that 1,000 of them use e-bikes to deliver the products. So based on that, we thought we would invite Avinash Sherwani, who's a delivery driver. And Avinash is a pharmacist from Pakistan who moved to Cyprus 4 months ago and is now working part-time as a delivery driver while studying computer science. He drives an e-bike for work, correct? Great, nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Also on this panel, we have Marina Kyriakou. She's the bicycle mayor of Nicosia, right? Marina is an architect and an urban planner who has been working in bike advocacy and civil society in Cyprus for the last 6 years. In her role as the bike mayor of Nicosia under BYCS, she has taught groups of women how to bike, promoted bike to work schemes with OEV and the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Cyprus. And she has worked with the Ministry of Transport as a road safety ambassador and consulted local authorities in Cyprus on improving their carbon emissions with a focus on transportation and planning improvements in her role at climate change and environment team of the Cyprus Energy Agency. She is also a board member of the NGO Urban Gorillas. Marina, thank you for joining us for this panel.
Thank you for inviting me.
Impressive resume. Lastly, we have Stoyanov. And Stoyan is the business owner of ZeloBikes, a company that provides reliable e-bikes with full service support to delivery workers across Cyprus's 3 major delivery platforms. He started 6 years ago as a mechanic, repairing scooters and e-bikes, and 2 years ago he expanded into renting e-bikes to people starting their careers as delivery riders. These workers need comfortable, reliable bikes that can withstand demanding shifts, often 8 to 12 hours per day, covering 100 to 200 kilometers daily, which is more than many car drivers travel. And Stoyan's goal is to ensure that delivery riders can work safely and securely throughout Cyprus. Stoyan, thank you for joining us also.
Glad to be here.
So I'm going to start with Avinash. I want you to tell us a little bit about your experience working on a bike daily. How many kilometers a day do you drive?
Usually we drive almost 40 to 50 kilometers per hour. Usually I go to the city center for the near of the shops. I also live near of the city center. There are a lot of problems in cycles. There is people shouting at us. Sometimes we feel good. Sometimes people go around the corner, they shouted at us because we didn't know in Greek. They shouted at us in Greek, so we can't speak and you can't read it. So it's much better. So it's goes. That's right.
So you face
many challenges.
Challenges.
Because from the restaurant we have to pick the order, and after that we have to deliver to that location. So you have to many face the problems and the durations. From restaurant to pick up.
Restaurant to pick up, and that includes people shouting at
shouting
you.
Us, and they can't. We cross the roads.
The infrastructure. Do you feel like the roads in Cyprus are safe for e-bikes?
No, not at all.
Not really.
Because the little bits we have to manage more.
How
the government should have to talk about more.
Yeah.
For the riders, especially.
And obviously, harsh weather conditions sometimes in Cyprus, extreme heat, rain.
In a rainy situation, we have also to deliver the parcel to the customers.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Based on what you said, I want to move to Marina, and you've been active for a while now advocating for inclusivity in infrastructure, and specifically for bikes. So would you say that things have changed in the last 10 years in terms of protecting cyclists?
Yes, it's been 10 years since I came back from my studies and started cycling in Nicosia, and I can see that there is progress in building more infrastructure in the center of Nicosia, I would say, and maybe in the areas that connect to the universities. And in Aglanja area, there are some bike lanes and some bike-friendly infrastructure, a little bit here and a little bit there. So there is some progress, but it's a slow progress and very fragmented. We wouldn't say that we have a bicycle-friendly infrastructure network, for example, so we are very far from there. And there is no systemic change in the transport system, like the way we move in Nicosia and in Cyprus in general. So we didn't see big allocations of budgets in building more bicycle infrastructure. We still need a lot of political will and long-term commitment in creating conditions that are safe for people to bike and to really protect them from the road, like the other road users, and create infrastructure that is separated from car circulation. So I also feel that we still need to address the fact that there is a diversity of motivations for people to cycle. We have an example of a person who is using the bicycle for his work. Some people are using the bicycle for recreational reasons or for sports. Some people go to work with the bike. We saw a lot of short films showing that there is a great range of motivations for people to get on the bike. So I still feel that we don't provide a safe environment for this very diverse public to really choose the bike. But I feel that in the last years, there is a growing understanding that cycling is more than just a sports activity. And maybe this is due to the fact that a lot of people are traveling more. People live abroad when they are studying or just live abroad more now. And so they see that things are possible elsewhere. So there is a little bit of a cultural shift, but in some social groups, not in the whole society. So
yeah, and not by the legislators.
Yes, about the legal framework. Unfortunately, the government is making some counterproductive moves. So besides the infrastructure, the legal framework around transport has to support cycling. And unfortunately, there was a law that was voted to have a mandatory helmet when riding, which makes it complicated for rental bikes and for other spontaneous moments that people want to choose a bike. And there is also a very limited legislation for the use of e-scooters and e-bikes, limiting...
Which they're now trying to ban.
Yes, so they are limiting where these devices can be used. And the network, as I said, is already fragmented, so it's making it even more hard to use these options. So even though these legislations appear to promote safety, they actually create more barriers for the use.
They
discourage, yeah. So I think we need to really broaden the way that we understand cycling to really make sure that all these different people who choose the bike either to go to work, either for the purposes of their work or for recreational reasons, they can do it safely and enjoyably.
Thank you. Yeah. Stoyan, it feels like in the last 5 years we saw a major increase in e-bikes. Why is that, in your opinion, and as somebody that provides e-bikes to people?
The increasing, generally, it's happening after the COVID because of the delivery companies mainly. And as you know, like 20% of the companies, they are using the e-bikes. So It's more convenient than the motorcycles in the center of Nicosia at least. Less pollution, it's more quiet. In other countries, probably everybody knows it's much easier to have a bicycle on the road than here in Cyprus because of the rules of the roads. It's difficult to ride bicycle on the road without fearing for your life, even at some point.
And as a business owner, are you affected by the changes in the law?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's affected by changes in the law. You know, at some point, if they ban the bicycles, from my point of view, the people who start complaining about their coffees are late, at least. Now they are complaining about the bicycles. My pizza is cold or something like this because of these rules. But even I saw a lot of children outside of the building riding bicycles. I don't see any children go to school with bicycles. I see a lot of school buses. Some of them catch fire. So it is the picture of Cyprus.
Avinash, as a delivery driver,
Okay.
is a discussion on banning e-bikes affecting your ability to work? Is that something that concerns you?
Yeah, it's banning on the e-bike cycle. I don't know about
You
don't know about this. If it's happened, so government should have to gives more opportunity for international students. So in other students also, they give visa to all of the countries. So they also have to ability to work to.
So right now the law is that with a student visa you can ride an e-bike, but you cannot ride a motorcycle.
Yeah,
is that correct?
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to have access
exactly,
to an e-bike.
because we are international, so we also have to manage things. Yeah.
And when there are changes in the laws, or even the existing laws regarding, with a scooter, I know you cannot drive on roads that are above 30 miles per hour. I'm sure there's other laws regarding e-bikes. Are those communicated to you by your employer or?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No.
Okay. And I'll get back to you. I want to talk with Marina a little bit about this topic. If you think that the civil society is involved in the legislative process, if there are any groups that the government is getting consultation from before making these decisions?
In theory, yes, but in practice, it's rare that the civil society is actually included in the process, in the decision-making processes. So there are some consultations. Increasingly, non-government organizations, cycling groups, and other activists are being invited to take part in public consultations or campaigns or events that are relevant to mobility, and sometimes regarding future plans or legislations. So yes, some public invitations are sent. Sometimes they are direct invitations to specific groups and NGOs. But I think what it feels is that participation sometimes it feels tokenistic, that the decisions are already made.
Greenwashing.
Yes, and that decisions are already made, and the public is being asked afterwards. So it feels more like a validation of their own decisions, rather than a co-production or a co-creation of the city that
building this together, figuring it out together.
Yeah, so building the city that we want. So it feels that most of the times this process is coming to the end rather than the beginning.
And we saw this with Makariou Street also.
Exactly, yes. So we saw that a lot of people wanted to have a say, and they wanted to find a place on the table where things are being discussed so they can share their stories and their opinions. And there is a diversity of opinions that need to be considered whenever we speak about transportation in the city, because it's a very complex system. And things must be a bit slow because you need to listen and understand and make sure that the
And plan
solutions.
correctly.
Yes, the
And
solutions
sustainably.
fit. Yeah, exactly. So we still lack the culture of co-creation between the government officials and the designers, the technocrats, and the decision makers, and the rest of the stakeholders and the actual users of these devices or the bikes. So yes, there is participation and there is consultation, but do we feel that things are being implemented based on the feedback provided? I think, like, my opinion is that no, not yet, and I think most of the people here will agree.
And maybe
with me.
Stoyan or Avinash can confirm or inform us if there's a workers' organization or a workers' community that is in touch with legislators. Do they ever ask for your opinion on certain matters regarding all these laws that are affecting drivers? Or as a business owner, I'm sure you collaborate with the biggest delivery companies. Is there any lobbying that goes around these issues?
Yes, lately the companies, one of the companies, I will not say name, we start conversation about after New Year, as you know, the driving licenses, the learning, it will be stopped. This is happening because of, I don't know, of some feelings or something, because it's too much riders on the road with motorcycles, and then they should either obtain professional driving license or switch to a bike. And we talk with them. They don't know what exactly will gonna happen. They don't know exactly how much percentage they have from their riders with learning license. So we'll see in next few months what's gonna happen.
I'm sure we could talk about this topic for an hour or two, but I want to give you all three the opportunity to give us one closing remark, anything we left behind, anything you think would be important for the public to know. Avinash?
I want to tell you if the government ban the e-bikes, motorbike learner license, so they also have to give chance to another opportunity to other students. They also have to work to do works, because we came here. Also, we also have to manage things. Many of the things we have to learn, we have to live, we have to survive, we have to food. So a lot of things happen. So they must have to think about it. That's it, my point of view.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Marina?
I spoke a lot about infrastructure and policies and legislatures, but I think ultimately, my message is that ultimately we as road users, we need to show and share the road with other users and make sure that we all move from a place to another place safely, and this also shows the attitude and the culture we want to cultivate for the city where we live. So we also have responsibilities.
Everyone was,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Stoyan?
I want to say about the lawmakers, just to think and see examples from other countries before they make any law, to ask about opinions from the public, and just don't act from feelings.
Great advice. All three of you, thank you so much for joining this panel. And I hope things get better very soon for Nicosia and for the entire of Cyprus.